Shalom, Yasharallah. This your brother Dawada, coming back at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHIM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHIM, Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great MILLSTONE that taught us this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you, Aki, and pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. So I want to jump into this here lesson, which basically was sparked by the events that took place over the weekend at our camp. We wound up having an, while we was preaching, there happened to be this this chick, a couple chicks, but one of these chicks happened to be walking by. They wound up hopping out of an Uber, all right? And one of the chicks pretty much had like a one-piece bikini on, right? Like a one-piece bathing suit. However, the bathing suit was so short and so tight, all right, that basically the bottom half, like let's say where, let's just say there were shorts, right? The bottom half of where the shorts would come to, all right, was way higher than her crotch, all right? Her actual box was hanging lower than the bottom, the bottom piece of her, not to say shorts, because again, this was like more or less like, if you can imagine a woman walking around in a one-piece bikini or a one-piece bathing suit, this is technically what this chick had on, all right? Now, I do want to apologize for, if, I misrepresented the Most High while preaching, but nevertheless, hey, all in all, it was just the spirit, the spirit that happened to overcome me to basically call this here chick out, because in reality, I don't really be wasting my time calling our women out, because obviously they don't quite understand. They completely destroyed and everything like that. So it's the fact of the matter where, they're not going to quite get it like that, So it's pretty much like a waste of time, man. We trying to seal the elect, First and foremost, we trying to deal with the men and the heads of our nation, all right? And with them, they would get everybody else in line, all right? So, basically while we was out there, homegirl happened to get a strong, stern rebuke from the men of the Lord, and it was beautiful because right after, going in the spirit, giving her rebuke, basically she wound up getting kicked out of this little spot that's pretty much like right behind us, so like a gathering place for people to come out, gather and have a drink or whatever, whatnot, She wound up being thrown out for basically the clothes that she was wearing. All right, so I'm gonna play a little bit of this here video, and just to kind of recap the things that I was going into, which is gonna lead into this here lesson, and kind of explain some of the reasons why, for one, I was so irate about this, what I'm saying, but overall why the Most High is mad about this, because like I said, overall, hey, we see this type of wickedness happen all, every weekend when we out there. We always see these scandalous clad women walking around and whatever, all kind of crazy stuff. We always see that, but this was on a whole nother level, man. All right, and there was little children around and all kind of things like that, you know what I'm saying? And you're supposed to be out in public, man. You're supposed to have more decency than that in yourself, man. All right, we right now in a time where the children of Israel are being woken back up and being brought back to that glorious state, all right? We're being brought back as the sons of God, man, the sons of the Most High. So what, we need to start acting like that, We also talk about having a king-like mentality, all right? Thinking like a king, man. Stop trying to be like these niggas just walking around doing little small petty shit, man. Oh man, I can sell some weed, or I can flip some J's or some shit like that. We're not trying to be on no low level like that, man. We're trying to be the sons of the Most High, man. All right, so and also I'm going to turn this into a two-part lesson, because right after this, right after going in on this, what I'm saying, I was so damn distraught in my spirit, what I'm saying, I wound up having to, I just stepped down from preaching and let another brother come up. And all throughout the spirit, another brother came up, and he actually was going through this and kind of explaining kind of what I'm about to go through in this here lesson, all right, which I'll do a separate video on that. But nevertheless, this is the reasons, what I'm saying, why you see us out on the highways and the byways, sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And this was a prime example of that, all right? This is what happens when our women, all right, when we're not in order with our power, first and foremost, all right? The Most High bring these curses down upon us, separate the man and the wife, bring the woman out of subjection to her husband, raise her up over the man, all right? And this is the type of things that go on. And like I said, briefly, I believe you might see her briefly in the video, but it's nothing like how we seen this, all right? This was a walking abomination, man. Imagine, this chick was probably in her 20s or something like that, walking around in a one-piece bikini, man. All right, one-piece bathing suit. But this is like her actual outfit. She wasn't like in no beach attire going to the beach, man. This wasn't no one-piece bathing suit. I could have understood if she was just walking around in a damn bathing suit or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying, and she was going to the beach. This wasn't like that, you know what I'm saying? We actually be seeing stuff like that out there, but this wasn't as bad as it. This was her actual outfit. She might have been going to this Chris Brown concert, but, it was a spiritual moment, because, look, right after, I was going in on her, giving her this spiritual rebuke. All right. Basically, she got her judgment right after that. Called her out in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really go in and just call her out carnally. This was just all in the spirit, man. All right, and you'll see it in the video. But nevertheless, right after that, she was prohibited from going in and taking part in the activities that she was at home getting prepared for, and all these different things like that, just to go out and so-called have a good time, man. All right, she did all this just to get sent right back home, man. Then she came back screaming back at us or whatever, whatnot. But nevertheless, and that was her judgment, man. And this is ultimately why we out on the highways and the byways, man. And if you see us with so-called anger and things like that, and this ain't for no entertainment purposes, man. This is dead ass serious, man. We're tired of seeing our people walking around in such a low state and wonder why don't nobody show us no kind of respect, man. Why we at the bottom, man. Ultimately, it's because we under these curses. But damn, man, you shouldn't be wanting to see your people like this, man. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of this here video, and then I'm gonna grab some scriptures. The Lord is the one who put this here wisdom on. And what's funny was I was actually, this at this point in time in the video, we was just going through the lesson or whatever, whatnot. You just flowing through the spirit, and the Lord just had it just to happen for me to just say, where is our elders? Not the elders of Great Millstone or anything like that, or the elders that's in the truth. Not like that, but just the elderly people, man. The so-called, grown up, the grown folks, growner than us, because we still young men, man. All right, we're supposed to be having people like our fathers and stuff supposed to be teaching us things like this. And ultimately, if this young woman, all right, had guidance in her household, all right, if her mother and her father actually had love for her, real love for her, I wouldn't have to be screaming at. First and foremost, the Lord wouldn't have to be using his men out here to put your ass back in subjection, man. All right, put some sense inside your mind, man. Just like when your parents, as a child, start screaming at you for doing some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? You out there doing something dumb. You playing with fire, whatever, whatnot. Your parents get on to you, start screaming at you. It's because they love you and they want to see you doing better than that, man. All right? It's like your parents walk in, and catch you in your room doing some drugs or something like that, smoking cigarettes or something like that, man. They gonna scream at your ass. Hey, I remember when I was a young kid, man. My mom caught my sister in the bathroom smoking cigarettes. Now, my mom smoked cigarettes our whole goddamn life. All right? But then she caught my sister in the bathroom smoking cigarettes, and, man, my sister got her ass beat, man. And this shit didn't sound nice in there, man. It didn't sound pretty at all. But guess what? My mother ultimately did that because she loved her daughter, man. She loved her child, all right? Especially back in that time, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, she wanted better for herself. Even though she was doing it, all right, she wanted better for her daughter, man. Because if she didn't, you know what I'm saying? She's like, well, fuck it. You can be just as bad as me. And that's the scenario we're living in now. But ultimately, like I said, I'm going to start this here video off on where, just through the spirit, hey, man, where's the elderly people at, man? Supposed to be teaching our people this and that, And if anybody else has a problem with, how the Lord had me bring this here out to rebuke this young lady, all right, then, again, ask the question to the elderly people. Why didn't her mother tell her this before she went out the house? Why didn't her mother raise her better, man? Where was her father at, man? All right, and ultimately, like the brother, like I'm going to do in the second video, the brother was going into, man, hey, man, she's basically she needs somebody to love her ass, man, really. A mother, her father, a man in her life, somebody that got her in righteousness, man, so she wouldn't be out there like that, man. Ultimately, it's because we got these curses on us, man, and we hate seeing our people like this, man. This shit saddens us, man. All right, it shows how desolate and destroyed we are, but this is the power of the Most High, man. This is why you don't want to fuck with the Most High, man. He'll have you down this debase, man. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let this here play.
Understanding inside of our minds, man, sealed it in our minds, man, and made us the teachers unto our nations, man. All right, you see our not the elders of our camp, but the elder people of our nations, they walk by, they just scoff or whatever, y'all young bloods, whatever. Why y'all niggas ain't doing the work, man?
Oh, fools.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all was supposed to be the ones teaching us, but because y'all dropped the ball, the Lord had to raise up babes, man, to put you niggas in subjection, man. All right, get you back right, bring you back to your power, man. Give you.
Hey, and I already know some people, because, some people just might not like how I deliver certain things, but hey, that's the true message, man. All right, because why? The Lord had to raise up babes because why? Our elderly people cause us to err, man. Our parents, our grandparents, our aunts, our uncles, our older brothers, our older sisters, man. They didn't show us no real love, man. These are the curses coming upon us, man. So the Lord had to raise up the young men to go out on the highways and the byways to hey, Ezekiel 3:17, man. All right, hear the word of my mouth and give the children of Israel a warning from me, man. All right, when the wicked, when you see the wicked man doing wickedness, all right, and you don't tell him about it, he gonna die in his wickedness, but the blood gonna be in your hand. All right, but look, if you tell the wicked, all right, they turn from their wicked ways, all right, and they turn from their wicked ways, then look, you basically they basically got salvation, man. All right, and ultimately this is what we out here doing, man. This is the love for our people, man. All right, sometimes, you know, if you know what I'm saying, if she just would have been walking by, like, you know what, sis, you shouldn't be dressing like that, man. You should love yourself a little better, man. You know how these youngins be thinking nowadays, man. What? And they came back and put us on the fucking internet anyway, man. These them bum-ass, broke-ass niggas that got us kicked out. No, the Lord got you kicked out, man. And ultimately, you'd rather be kicked out and not accepted by the world and kicked out of the kingdom of heaven, man. Ultimately, we pray that, look, hey, man, we was talking about this in the video, man. You know what? We was like, you know what? Through the Spirit, guess what? When that young woman go home, every time she look at that damn outfit, she gonna always be remembered that the minute the Lord rebuked her ass, gave her a stern rebuke, she gonna think twice before she put that outfit back on, man. Lord willing, that was the seed that was planted inside of her to one day that she'll fucking wake up and repent and turn from her wickedness and be saved, man. All right, because ultimately that's what her spirit's crying out for, man. Her spirit's crying out to be loved by somebody, man. And ultimately, what's going on right now? Because she turned her back on the Most High turned his back on you. All right, but what the scriptures say that, look, in that day, what we're gonna call on our power and say He is our power. All right, and He gonna say He's gonna say they are my people and I am their God. You know what I'm saying? But look, but because you know, like the scriptures say, but your sins have separated you from your power. All right, this is what's going on, man. But ultimately, they need to be warned and be brought back, man. So sometimes this is how you got to give it to our people, to wake them up, man. All right?
Life, man. All right? That was it on that? Yeah, that was it on that, bro. Bring me, shit, Romans 8. Romans 8? Yeah. Straight wickedness. Are you going to it? This Romans 8, where you want?
The leotard? Must be some sort of.
And see, you can barely see her, but, you know, it's Salaki for the video quality. But the chick right there on the right, man. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, and no shame, man. Ass cheeks hanging all the way the fuck out, man. And like I said, on the front side, the goddamn shit was so short that her box was hanging out, man. On both sides, man. Like, literally, man. Now, we men, we not homosexuals or nothing like this. I wouldn't mind having this bitch up in my house or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? She could wear this shit all day long in the house. Granted, we don't got no kids. And if we got some kids, she can only wear it around the bedroom, not around my children. But nevertheless, ain't nothing wrong with homegirl wearing this shit around her man inside the house. But homegirl's walking with another female out in public, man, in broad daylight where there's children at. This is completely going off, man. All right, and as you can see what was going on, we was going into the lesson. All right, and this is ultimately why women's supposed to be covered up, man. All right, so let's just say this woman had a man, right? And she's walking around dressed like this, man. All right, and, you know, she's walking by the minute of the Lord. You see all of our countenance got changed, man. All right, and as you'll see that I couldn't even get back to the damn blessing because of this shit here, this damn demon that just walked by, man. But just imagine you just being out in the carnal, in like just in your regular sense or whatever, whatnot in the world, right? Again, we don't know if this woman got a man or not, but let's just say she did have a man. All right, now she walking by like this. Everybody at the camp start looking at this chick like, damn, her ass cheeks hanging all out, her box hanging all out the front. We can see all that, like that motherfucker sitting fat off on the side, motherfucker ass shit looking nice. You know what I'm saying? Now we over here lusting over another man's wife, man. We've already committed the sin of adultery in our mind, man, because we already think about what we would be doing sexually to another man's wife, man. This is the reason why women are supposed to be covered up, man. This is the reason why, there's, and another reason, man. Hey, we ain't supposed to have no whores amongst the daughters of Israel, man. You're not supposed to be walking around like this is an advertisement. What do you think she's advertising, man? And clearly she don't got a man. This is why her and this other chick is walking around. They going out to go find a man. And really, their self-esteem is so low. This is how they have to go walk around and advertise it to get men. All right? I don't really have nothing to offer you but my body. And my body ain't even all that bad, so I'm going to have to sit here and superimpose the things that I know you're looking at. The ass cheeks, I got to wear some shorts so damn tight you can see my goddamn ass cheeks jiggle every time I walk. And they got to be so short that the majority of my ass is falling off the bottom of it, man. And I know you want to look at the front of my crotch, so I'm going to wear some shit that's so goddamn tight that you're going to see the whole imprint of it. Not only that, I'm going to wear the shit so high up that it's going to, like, the shit's going to be hanging out on both sides, man. So you're going to see it from the front and from the back, man. And I'm not going to wear no underwear up under this. So you're going to literally see the whole shit, bro. And this is literally what was going on here, man. Let me get back to the video.
That's straight wickedness. We don't go back over there. That's straight wickedness, man. Hey, man, get that shit on camera, man. That's straight wickedness, man. That shit just fuck up the whole spirit, man. Hey, give me
This ain't Babylon. Vatican.
This shit don't make no sense. Guidance.
It's the Vatican, man.
Straight fucking guidance, man. That's why these women need men in their life, man.
Right.
Real fucking men, man. If you had a real, hey, if a real man had that as a woman, man, she would not be leaving the fucking house
Salakia. And you know what I'm saying? Hey, like I was just saying, man, she walking around in front of the men of the Lord like this. You know what I'm saying? This is what, 6, 7, 8 brothers up here standing here, man. Again, if she had a man, we all trying to do the work of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, and being in the spirit. But look, she walked by and then we all start fucking going off, man. You see why this place is wickedness, man? You really can't go nowhere in society without seeing this type of shit, man. All right? No guidance, no leadership, man. Straight wickedness, walking abominations, man. These people are fucking walking abominations, man. All right?
That's what she saw for her daughters, man. Right. To be fucking whores and Lord go up. It's a fucking abomination, man. Right. She put some clothes on, man. What happens if she got some fucking kids? What kind of example?
Right. If she got some kids, man, again, what kind of example is she setting, man? What are you teaching your daughter to grow up as, man? Your daughter gonna look up to you, man. You her number one idol, her first idol when she's growing up, man. She's looking up to mommy, man. She wants to do everything mommy does, man. So you walking around like that, what do you think your daughter's gonna be doing, man? All right, now, if that young lady seen another chick like that, she's like, oh, she a hoe, she a whore, she a thought. You know what I'm saying? Then that's what your daughter would be doing, man. All right, what if that was your little sister, man? Would you want your little sister to be walking around like that? That every man be looking at her just like, yeah, I just want that body. I just want that box, man. I want to just go do some, you know, some straight pornographic shit to her, man. You know what I'm saying? Go take this bitch out and go do some all kind of vile shit to this bitch, man. Think about that, man. What if this was your daughter, man? You know what I'm saying? For you men, if you out there, just think about that shit, man. What if that was your daughter, man? I'm gonna have to get all the way explicit with you just to show you how wild this shit is, man. What if this was your daughter getting all these dudes running trains on her ass, man? Making her a fucking goddamn, what's that nigga name? The love sponge and shit. That's the definition of a fucking love sponge, man. Fuck that shit, man. That shit is, what if that was your mama, dog? What if that was your mama, man? You going somewhere with your mama and as soon as you walk in, all the dudes is looking at her and her goddamn box and shit, taking pictures of that shit, man. Going in the fucking room, beating off to that shit, man. Or if they walking in like, yeah, man, we was all running train on that bitch, man. We all skeeted on that bitch's face, man. We all just passed this bitch around. And guarantee you, week after week after week after week, this is what she's constantly having happen to her from all kind of multiple different men, man. But she's doing this and using this as an attraction to bring men to her. But what? She's never going to find love like that, man. Her whole life is destroyed from there on out. Because she's crying out for love and attention, but she's never going to find that real love and attention that she want, man. All right? She's not going to, you know, it's just like when you go Bugattis and shit like that, man. A Bugatti not gonna get the same type of love and attention. Let's just say cars have feelings, man. A Bugatti not gonna get the same type of love and attention that a fucking Honda Accord's gonna get, man. Because why? The Bugatti not gonna get taken out in the rain. You know what I'm saying? Or when you need to go here and there. Most of the time, the Bugatti gonna be in the garage until a nice summer day or whatever, whatnot. When everything is all good, you just want to go cruise for a little bit, man. All right, or if you had a motorcycle, right? But if you got like a regular Honda Accord, man, that's gonna be your everyday driver, man. You're gonna use that and ride around in that all the time, man. All right, so what? You're going to get the type of affection that you want. You know, a car is made to be driven, man. Not to really be sitting in no garage or nothing like that, man. All right, and the sports cars be made to be driven fast. But what? You know, if you got a Bugatti and stuff like that, you really can't use that the way it's supposed to be used for. People are going to just look at that as a so-called trophy piece. And ultimately, that's the type of attention that she's attracting to herself, man. All right, if that was my daughter, man, you're not going to never find no man like this. You're going to just be somebody's slut for their whole life, man. You're just going to be passed from one dude to the next dude to the next dude to the next dude, man. Dude's going to be slotted. Bro, I've been on the other side of this end, man. This is who I was back in the world, man. I used to be fucking with these bitches all the time back in the world, man. All the time, bro. Like, day after day after day. Like, dog, and I would tell these bitches, it wasn't no shame in my game. Like, dog, I got a different bitch every day. Like, it's nothing, man. And I have these bitches doing, like, crazy shit. And that ultimately opened up my mind, bro. I was like, I don't want no type of bitch like this, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, it was fun and exciting and shit, the shit that I used to be doing with these bitches back in the day. But I used to think about it like, yo, man, I wouldn't want none of y'all hoes to be my baby's mama or nothing like that. My daughter's mother and shit like that, man. I got you over here eating some food off of this bitch's naked body and shit, man. And all that shit's going off anyway. But that was me back in the world. But now that my eyes are open, like, you know what? You're not a good example to be my child's mother, man. Just thinking back to all the crazy shit that you did back in your life, man. What kind of role model are you going to be to my daughter, man? All right?
She showing for her daughters, man. Right. You be fucking whores. Ain't supposed to be no whores amongst the children of Israel, man. That's right. Show some fucking respect, man. Show some respect. All right? That could be any of you motherfuckers' mamas, man. Your sisters, man. Your daughter, man. Your aunts, man. We not proud of no shit like that, man. We all men. We love women, but we hate seeing our women in that state, man. Put some fucking clothes on, man. You in public, man. Be decent. Be decent. Be fucking.
Hey, and that's right. Be decent, man. Have some respect. Have some respect for the other people around you, man. Have some respect for the other men that's out there walking around. They could be out there with their wife and shit like that. Now you causing problems in their relationship. You know what I'm saying? The husband and the wife could be walking along down the block, and all of a sudden this chick walk up, and he ain't got, bro, he gonna look. Now his wife, now they got problems in the household because what she decided to walk around outside in public with, man. You know what I'm saying? You got a little daughter, you walking around with your children, a little 12-year-old daughter or whatever, and she's seeing this all day long, man. Now she gonna want to start dressing like these women. Because why? They getting the attention, man. These little teenage girls growing up, they seeing this, man. This is what's going to happen, man. And then you can hear them in the background. They getting, really, ultimately, they getting cut in the spirit, man. Because, hey, just literally, you'll hear it, man. They getting cut in the spirit. They're going to come back like the demons that they are. But then ultimately, they're going to get shut down, man. But ultimately, these are them damn demons coming out. Because why? They ain't never really had no real men in their life. They ain't never really had nobody really show them no real love in their life. This is the first time I perceive that they've ever been shown real love in their life, man. To where they're not going to just let you walk around or walk outside like that, you know what I'm saying, out the house like that. When I was a young child, man, my sister wouldn't let me dress in certain clothes that, you know, as a little kid, I used to want to wear everything. I got my Superman shirt on, my Batman this, and Batman, Spider-Man shoes on. You can't walk out the house like this, little bro. That shit is tacky. You can't go with me like this, man. You're going to be an embarrassment to me, man. My sister didn't let me go out the house like that as a little kid, man. And so, look, that was showing me good guidance. So I didn't walk around in a carnal sense looking stupid and shit. Same way that we doing over here, man. We don't want our sisters and people of our nation to walk around giving us no bad example, man. Same thing with the men of our nation walking around with their pants sagging halfway around their damn ankles and shit, man. Wearing dresses and skirts and shit, man. We don't want to see nothing like that, man. Have some respect. But ultimately, these demons get turned up. All right, and these demons start running rampant because why? They ain't never been challenged. They ain't never been rebuked. They ain't never been put in their place, man. And this is what the world need, man. The world needs righteous men to stand up and put this wickedness away, man. All right, before it keep flourishing and destroy the whole goddamn planet, man. All right, because these women gonna do what? They're gonna grow up. They're gonna get a whole bunch of men to be nutting up in them, getting them impregnated, and then they're gonna have more children that they don't care about. They're gonna be passing them off. These children are gonna grow up without no guidance and be the same thing, and our whole nation gonna be further destroyed, man. All right.
Decent, man. Bring that out, man. Second Ezra chapter 9, they gonna learn that.
Stir it up. Stir it up.
It's all good, man. Fuck it. Bring it to the scripture. Hey, wait. They screaming because they know they cut. How they know we was talking about this? They know because they cut. Go ahead.
Second Ezra chapter 9 and verse 10. For such in their life have received benefits,
Right.
have not known me.
Prime example. Receiving benefits, they ain't know the Most High, man. Walking around disrespectful when them.
They think, you know, they receive benefits. They think they living a good life. They might have some little pocket change, got sugar daddies or whatever taking care of them, going on vacation. Think they so-called living a good life. But what? They ain't really, they loathe the Most High's laws. They don't really know the Most High, man. You ain't supposed to be walking around like that, man. You think you really living it up in his kingdom, but you really not, man. All right, the best man for you to have is the man of the Lord, man. He would treat you and treat, first of all, you'd be treated way more better than that. You would be treated with way more respect than that. Again, this is the respect that you should be being treated. Now, most people look at this on the outwardly. You ain't supposed to be cussing a woman out like this. She ain't supposed to be disrespectful walking around like this, man. Just like if my grandmama seen me walking around with my goddamn pants hanging off of my ass, you know what I'm saying, out on the corner block selling some drugs or doing some stupid shit like that, my grandma would cuss my ass out and beat my ass because why? She loved me. You supposed to be setting a better example than that. You my grandson. You ain't supposed to be walking around out here like these heathen. Hey, and that would be righteous, man. Because we supposed to be setting an example, man. She would say, my grandma would say carnally, you a young black man in this here society. You supposed to be setting a better example than that. We ain't got too many young black men. You supposed to be a leader in this here place. You know what I'm saying? And she was righteous about that, man. All right? Ain't nobody else standing up being a leader to our people, man. Where the adults at? They were just sitting here letting her walk around like this, man. This place is full of adults. And ain't nobody else around here said nothing to her except for us, man. I was the first person to say something to this lost child, this lost sheep. All right? And then, hey, the spirit just had it to where the security had to kick homegirl out because she was walking around indecent, man. But hey, if the Lord wouldn't have had the men of the Lord rebuke her like this, she would have just been walking around. Because they do this week in and week out, man. Ain't nobody saying nothing about this. Most people are like, oh, you being misogynistic. Let women have their rights. Let them have their slut walks. Not amongst Israel, we not, bro. We not having no whores and no sluts and no niggas around us, man. We going to be the sons of the Most High, man. We going to be the righteous people. We going to be a holy people above all the other nations, man. We're not going to be walking around at the bottom of these nations looking like goddamn prostitutes and whores and entertainment pieces, man. Bought for people's joy and pleasure, man. That's all Israel is always bought and traded for people's, how do I say, entertainment, man. All right?
Lost troops come in and rape they fucking ass. Oh, God. Oh, God. Hey, come on, man. Keep going.
And they that have loathed my law,
Kind of like I was just going into in the video there. All right, yeah, man. They loathe the law, but wait, they walking around in them clothes, wanting all kind of attention, whatever, whatnot, and they probably be turning down a whole bunch of men. But wait till Jacob's trouble come, martial law, the purge. All right, walking around like that and only having those type of clothes and stuff like that, man. Always being dolled up and having all these men out here thirsting for you or whatever, whatnot, man. And that day, man, when these men get out, man, all right, when the purge start happening, man, these women gonna be raped out in the streets, man. And she better hope and pray that she repent and the Lord have mercy unto her, that she don't get raped to death out in the streets, man. Walking around, because this is the attention that they crying out for. This is the attention that they selling their damn soul for, man. I'll give up everything just for some attention. Somebody give me some. This is why they walking around like this. And in that day, you're gonna get that attention, man. Just like for 2/3 of our people who cooning for Esau, who want the attention of the so-called white man. And that day, man, he gonna give you his full attention when he exterminating your ass, man. All right.
While they had get liberty,
They got liberty. We out here telling them, but what? They don't want to hearken. They don't want to pipe it to the song, man.
brother, that's what it was. They was cut. They cut.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You cut because you know you in the wrong.
Yeah, but you know, you don't feed into that shit. Yeah, two-edged sword, man. You can see it clearly. And when, as yet, place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not, but despised it.
The place of repentance. Prime example. That's the spirit, man. We trying to tell them that, bro, we want better for our people, man. We don't.
Right, like I was going into right there, man. All right, the place of repentance is open. They walk right past the doors of repentance, right past the men that would guide them in righteousness, right past the men that would give them actual life, man. Because I kept going into referencing Ezekiel 37. Those are the dry bones that just walk by, man. But look, the Most High set the men of the Lord right in your path to blow that breath of life into your body, man, to bring you to wake you up. And again, Lord willing, we all pray that that there was a seed planted in this young woman that she wake up, all right, and come to repentance, all right. Hey, man, and hey, you never know. This might be the way that she was gonna wake up, but nevertheless, you know what I'm saying. For an example, because it's just not her. I'm not singling these two individuals out, man. It's a lot of you women out there, not just the women, a lot of our people, man. All right, but nevertheless, you walking by the camp, man. The place of repentance is open. All you had to do is hearken. You know what I'm saying? Listen to what the Lord is trying to say to you, and then you'll be raised up, man. You'll have that burden and that sorrow lifted up off of you, man. You'll know that you actually worth way more than just selling your body, man. All right. You would know way. Look, yo, you gonna be the mothers of the gods of the universe, man. All right, and if you was to get in righteousness, the righteous men of the Lord would love to be with you, women, man. All right, in righteousness, but we hate seeing you in this here state, man. We telling you to pick yourself up, clean yourself off, come back to the law, statutes, commandments, man. All right.
They want to be the bottom of the fucking barrel, man. But they despise that. They despise that guidance, man. They want to keep walking around like that. Then when they go, notice that they walking in paradise by themselves. Where they men at, man? Ain't got no man. No man gonna really respect that shit, man. Going home trying to find him a man. It's not respectful, man. All right, keep going.
The same must know it after death by pain.
Why? Because you despise the law of the Lord. You despise His calling. Like we read earlier, man. You didn't want to hearken when I called you, so you have to learn after death by pain, man.
And these them same women is walking around with 5 husbands, and ain't none of them they husband, man. They going from house to house, creeping from house to house. All right, but really ain't though none of these men out here really love them nor respect them, man. A real man in his real right mind, he might play with that toy here or there, but he ain't gonna really respect that, man. He's not gonna really be like, you know what? Just like a man with a car, man. He might like riding a motorcycle, whatever, whatnot, but then when he really need to get shit done, really need to depend on it, he's not gonna really respect that motorcycle like that, man. When he got to get up and go to work, you know what I'm saying, in all-terrain weather, whether it might rain or whatever, you're not taking the bike out to go to work, man. When you got to go to the grocery store to go bring back groceries to the house, he's not gonna go get on the bike, man. When he got to go pick up his children from school or whatever, whatnot, he's not gonna go get on the bike, man. He's gonna go depend on his car, man. So yeah, you might play with that toy here or there, but you're not gonna really respect that, man. All right?
You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, you want all this attention, you're drawing attention because of your body. But when the martial law troops come through, when 911 and all that, the purge and shit start happening, that's gonna be a shame unto your ass, man. That's gonna be a shame. You're gonna be trying to hide yourself in that day, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be a curse. It's gonna be a curse being
we out here wearing dresses. Hey, yeah, we out here in sackcloth, man. But at least our garments are way more respectable than your garments, man. When people see us, they say those must be the men of the Lord. If they got a right mind, they must be men of the Lord. We out here reading Bibles. When people see that, they be like, they must be sluts and whores. How much for that pussy, man? Oh, I'm wrong for saying something about it, but what? That's what it is, man. There's police down there with police on their uniform.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the video there, but nevertheless, you can go watch the whole camp, GMS Tampa Bay 12. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the main channels that we got. But I'm gonna jump into some scriptures here because, hey man, this is horrible, man. All right, this is Deuteronomy 28. I'm gonna start at verse 32. It says, these are the curses that are upon Israel. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given into another people, and thy eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long, and there shall be no might in thy hand. And so, ultimately we went into captivity. But look at the spiritual captivity that we're under right now, man. The mental captivity, where Esau is the one that's pushing out all these doctrines that our people are following, man. All right, telling our people that they can go off pushing this feminism, all right, and letting the women be the heads of the households. You know what I'm saying? You just split up the households, took the fathers out the house. This is why she's walking around like this with no guidance, man. She had her father in the house that really loved her, man. He would not have raised no woman, no young woman up like this, man. She would, as an adult, not even living in her parents' house, man. She would still walk around in fear that maybe she might see her father out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Or have to report some kind of way, whether she get locked up or whatever, whatnot. I got to call her dad or find out that she got raped because she was walking around half fucking naked more than half naked on the streets. That would be a shame unto her. Because why? Because her father raised her in righteousness, man. That kept me from doing a lot of wicked shit in just my regular carnal life before I came into this truth, man. I knew my grandmother hadn't raised me better than having her to come pick me up from jail for slinging some crack or some shit like that, man. All right, but nevertheless, continue. But going back into this, look, we was sold over into captivity, but under this captivity, so-called white men destroyed our minds, man. They pushing out these things like the hip hop and music industry, like this, the Cardi B's and the Nicki Minaj's and stuff like this. So what? Our people's minds are given over into these idols that's been set up by Esau to go out here and push all this bullshit, man. Push all the Amber Rose doctrine, the slut walk and things like that, man. All right. And what, for some of these parents out here that see their children going off, they like lost causes, they be out there mourning and sighing for their children, They out there, I mean, they can see their children, they got the children around in close vicinity, but they ain't really got no reach on their children. They ain't got no real control over their children. Their children just gonna do whatever they want to go do. Like sometimes in the households when you got that 13, 14-year-old daughter that just wants to be a damn pestilence and be sneaking out the damn house. I had one of my little cousins was like that, man. When she was 14 years old, she was way overdeveloped. She looked like she was about 20, 24, 25 years old, man. And she was dating older men and stuff like that. And my aunt understood what was going on. She would try to warn these men so they wouldn't get locked up. My little cousin used to get my aunt locked up, her own mother locked up, man, because she knew how to play against the system, man. My little cousin got her boyfriend's house shot up one day, man. Went through with a drive-by, got this nigga's house shot up with like 100-something shots, man. You know what I'm saying? At the age of 14. All right, so what? You ain't got no real, and my aunt ain't have no control over her daughter, man. She would call the police on her when she knew she was about to go out and go get into some violence. Police was like, well, we can't really do nothing until she actually go out and commit that violence. All right, and we can't just really call, you can't really call us because she don't want to listen to you, man. So what? Our children are given into another people's hands, man. All right, now let me jump down a little bit. Verse 41, thou shalt beget sons and daughters, and thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity. Like I was just going into, we all in the captivity over here, but a little deeper than that, man. You might not be able to enjoy your child like I was just going into, because look, at a certain point in time, they're going to grow up in this here society and they're going to be learning certain things. If you grow up from I remember growing up, what I'm saying? My grandmother, we was highly taught up in church or whatnot, tattoos was bad, so on and so forth, We weren't supposed to get no tattoos and all this and that. That's how my grandmother raised us, But certain of my cousins, as soon as they got to a certain age, they couldn't wait to get from up under her so-called rulership to go out and go do all the things that my grandmother told her not to do. You know what I'm saying? So what? This is what, also going into that captivity, man. You ain't really got you can't really even discipline your children here, Let me jump down to verse 56. It says, the tender and the delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for the delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil towards her husband of her bosom, and towards her son, and towards her daughter. All right, so let me stop there, Talking about this here woman who wouldn't even let her foot touch the damn ground because she was so-called high class. She was just up there, man. She was just the shit like that, She was like, nah, hell no, that's some dirty shit. I ain't doing that. I'm way above this, man. But now, look, our women are so damn low to the bottom. You know what I'm saying? They walking around showing their body like that. Like, yo, the only thing I have to offer, you know what I'm saying? First and foremost, the best thing that you would have to offer is that you an Israelite woman first and foremost and being in righteousness. That's your ultimate gift and glory, man. All right? But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? That, that's the best thing that you have to offer as a woman, Same for a man. Hey, they're Israelite and they're in righteousness, man. That's the best thing that a man could offer a woman here anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Because why? If you an Israelite, first and foremost, you're going to be blessed. And if you're in righteousness, man, the Lord's going to ultimately bless you, man. All right? But nevertheless, going into this, these here women that wouldn't even let their feet touch the ground, now look at how low they become. Now look at where they at. All right? And it also said, since her eye shall be evil towards her husband of her bosom. And that's what we see now, with the feminist movement going on. They took the fathers out the household and so on and so forth, which has destroyed our nation. And this is what you see going on right now. This is why there is no guidance in our children. This is why our children are growing up to just do whatever they want to go do, man. All right, now, when you ain't got the father in the household, And the mother's now taking all these doctrines and philosophies from Esau, the welfare, the government system, and watching all these soap operas and music videos and things like that, trying to have a hot girl summer at the age of 35, 45. You know what I'm saying? All these different things. When you got children, you're supposed to be raising up, man. All right, this is the situation that we got at hand, man. So now the mama in the strip club or in the booty club shaking her ass with her ass cheeks hanging out at 40, 45 years old, and she got her little 18-year-old daughter in there. She, you know, they both coming to the club together, man. While they got somebody else babysitting the 18-year-old daughter child, man. And this little girl gonna be growing up seeing, you know what I'm saying? They all walking around the house and some short ass shorts, booty cheeks hanging all out and shit like that, man. You're supposed to have more respect for yourself like that, man. See these little girls, man. Like, I got a little niece right now, man. She ain't no more than in the 5th grade or some shit like that. But like, why her shorts walking around so short? You know what I'm saying? Walking around the house. She's just a little girl. But yet my sister's like, she can wear whatever she want to wear. If that's what she comfortable wearing. See, she don't even know. You're supposed to be guiding her. She ain't supposed to be wearing no shit like that. She's not supposed to be putting on no damn wigs and no makeup and nothing like that, man. You training her up to be a whore before she can even know what a whore is, man. She don't even know what that is, but you letting her do that because why? Where's she getting that from? She getting all this and all the shit she trying on. It's your makeup she putting on, your wig she putting on. She see you wearing these clothes, and now that's what you got going on, man. All right, so it says, look, her eyes shall be evil towards her husband of her bosom, towards her son, and towards her daughter. You know, going into her son, man, raising her son up, hey, man, you ain't supposed to be talking back to no woman. You let her do whatever she want to do. She a woman, whatever, whatnot. If she want to walk around dressing like that, then let her. You know what I'm saying? But what is this really doing to your sons, man? His wife gonna walk around basically is a whore, man. Walking around on the counter as a whore, man. He ain't gonna have no jurisdiction over his wife, man, nor over his household. So his woman just walking around being clamorous and things like that, man. Just imagine you got an old lady and you walking around and she dressed like that, man. Imagine what kind of fights and the type of pride she gonna have on her, man. And how much fight and just not so many. A couple of weeks ago, we had a scenario like this, man, where a so-called decent-looking woman in this society walked up to us all drunk and out of order, man. She was actually with her man and shit like that, too. Kept coming up in our face, all right? And we wasn't trying to deal with her, nothing like that, because we already seen she was out of order. Plus, her man was there. He should have been the one dealing with us, man. All right, and we told him, like, yo, man, get your old lady, man. Get, you know, put your lady in subjection. She all up in our face, screaming in our face and shit. Get your old lady, man. But this was one of those men who was raised up by his mama, who told him, look, the woman can't do no wrong. You know what I'm saying? Let her do her, whatever, whatnot. So as her woman screaming all up in these other men's face and getting all up in our face or whatever, whatnot, he don't even know what the hell to do, man. We tell him to get his woman or whatever, whatnot, and he don't even realize that his woman had lost all respect for her because another man has to tell him how to control his woman. All right? So look, your woman don't even respect you first and foremost. Second of all, why is your woman lusting over a whole bunch of men in your sight while you right there with her? And another thing, your woman jumping all up in these men's face, and you know what I'm saying, she's spitting all in our face or whatever, whatnot, you know, putting her hands on us. What do you think's gonna happen? Now you're gonna have to step up to defend your woman, man. All right, now she causing fights that you got to get in because she all out of control because you don't have her in control, man. This is what's wrong with our single mothers raising up these little boys, man. Telling them to treat these women and put them all up on this high pedestal, man. Look at the condition of these damn women, man. All right? It says her eyes shall be evil towards the husband of her bosom and towards her son and towards her daughter. Again, with these women letting these young women, their daughters grow up like this and not caring, letting them be sluts. Hey, girl, use what you got to get what you want. Better throw it back, twerk, look at it, blah, 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 blah. Man, here's some of the things that these women, I done heard from these women that they mamas taught them to do. Mamas taught them how to twerk, how to pop that thing on a handstand, how to be a stripper. Oh, I became a stripper because my mama was stripping. Oh, I learned how to give head because my mama taught me how to give head. She told me how to practice like this. She told me how to do this. And what the hell? Why your mama teaching you all this? Your mama teaching you how to be a whore out here, man. It's the only thing that you can offer a man, man. And then when your body get aged and decrepit or whatever, whatnot, you wonder why your man leaving you for a younger woman. Because why? That was the only thing you had to offer him. That's what you reeled him in with. That was the bait that you offered him, man. So that's the only way he gonna look at you as, man. All right? But this is a curse that's falling upon us, man. This is why this young lady's walking around like this, because she ain't have nobody to actually show her love in her life, man. Her mother and her mother, first and foremost, I was evil towards her, man. So she wasn't showing her no real love. She didn't show her how to respect herself. Her mother didn't even respect her own goddamn self. That's why she allowed her child, her own offspring, all right, her own spitting image, one that came from between her legs, to goddamn walk around doing that, man. To be that walking abomination to represent her like that, man. Her lineage, her genealogy is going forth from beneath her to walk around and represent her like that, man. Her father wasn't in the household because that was destroyed, man. All right, now the brother and the sister, they was going to be at odds with each other as well, too, man, because the seeds, everybody's going to be destroyed because it was a lack of order, man. So even if she did have older brothers, man, her older brothers wasn't trying to rebuke her and tell her she couldn't wear that. They were like, well, shit, my sister a slut. She a whore. That means she got a bunch of slut whore friends, man. Bring all your homegirls over for a sleepover. I'm finna run through all of them, man. This was really going on out there, man. All right. I mean, hey, I can let you know from firsthand experience from when I was out in the world before it got this fucking bad, man. So I already know what type of level this shit is on now, man. All right. It says, verse 57, and towards her young one that cometh from between her feet, and towards her children which she shall bear, she shall eat them for the want of all things. All right. Secretly in the siege and straightness wherewith thine enemy shall distress thee in thy gates. Yeah, and basically our women is basically selling the children just to so-called get by, man. They training their daughters up to be these whores and basically have these children out of wedlock so they can get onto the system. They could be generations of welfare babies. Look, I raised you up on welfare. So look, after, I had multiple babies in the increments, you know what I'm saying? So I can constantly keep getting these checks for 18 years. And now you old enough to start having babies, keep continuing this cycle, go out there, find you a man to take care of you. Girl, go get you a sugar daddy. Be a sugar baby. This is what they going out there for, man. This is what these little internet sites have all become, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, what's that shit, Tinder and shit like that. All these things is basically just open prostitution, man. All right, they just selling their body, man, for this here purpose. This is the purpose that they doing it for, man. All right. Let me go from there to the book of Isaiah 3. This is Isaiah 3 and 12. It says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. All right. Hey, ultimately, Esau is a base man. He ruling over us ultimately. But look, what is the state of our people, man? They walking around as grown-ass children, man. You know what I'm saying? You got these grown-ass men, you know what I'm saying, still when you 35, 45, still trying to rap and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's more or less like being without discretion, man. Like how you say, more or less like a grown-ass child, man. You know what I'm saying? Trying to do the things that the children and things like that are doing, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, man, why don't you do something constructive with your life? Why don't you teach these younger men how to be men, man? You over there trying to be a rapper rapping about gold grills and some rims and some jewelry, some chains and some thoughts and shit like that. That's what our adult men are doing right now, That's the level that they on pretty much, because of the fact that they all thinking like children. What are our grown women doing, man? You can go into World Star Hip Hop and see these damn young ass well, they ain't even young, these mothers of these children. All right, they out there in the strip clubs and shit like that with big-ass butterflies tattooed on their ass cracks, twerking on the damn stripper poles. And who do you think these young women are looking up to, man? All right, so our adults are pretty much like grown-ass children, man. They don't know how to goddamn raise up children. And really, you got, you know what I'm saying, these children raising these young adults raising children, which, I mean, there ain't nothing really wrong with that. But in this society, you ain't really developed. So you got children raising children, man. You know what I'm saying? You got these young girls getting pregnant at the age of 14 and stuff like that, having babies. You know what I'm saying? And, you're a grandma now at the age of 35. So what? Grandma's in a strip club or in a booty club too, twerking on the handstand, got a butterfly tattoo on her ass cheeks as well too. So if that's how grandma rolling, what kind of guidance you think the grandbaby gonna have, man? All right? So it says, as for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, which lead thee, cause thee to err and destroy the ways of thy path. And like I was just going into, the people that lead us, they like children, man. All right? These women who rule over us are like they like children, man. They like, you got to tell these women over and over and over again. She can yell. She can walk around like this. Hey, just think about this concept, man. These women is all on Amber Rose's tip or whatever with her slut walk. Well, they should have the freedom to go do this and that. Well, then the man should be able to have the freedom to goddamn either A, pay you for some fucking pussy and not have no strings attached. B, just ask you for some free fucking pussy for no strings attached and leave your ass and treat you like some shit. Like, yo, I just want the pussy. And then after I bust my nut, bitch, get out. I mean, if that's the case, if you should be, if you want to have that slut walk, because I mean, that's all you really holding yourself to that standard just for some sex. So if that's the case, then we should be able to just go and be like, yo, bitch. I mean, really, a prostitute is way more respectable than you stupid bitches out there, man. Because a prostitute is letting you know, like, yo, I'm only in business, you know what I'm saying, for to say the box. If you come with the right price, I'll give you what you come looking for. We ain't got to negotiate. I don't need to know your backstory, how you grew up, what your kid's name is, if you married. I don't need to know all that extra shit. Do you got the money? What service you paying for? And we finna get it on. And after we done with the time that you done paid for, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? And if I see you again, it's because you done made another appointment and you coming back. I ain't got to be tied up with you, man. That's way more respectable than these women that's walking around dressed like this shit, acting like this shit. And then when you actually treat them for what they really worth and what they advertise, and then they get all mad and you know what I'm saying? But what these women, they're elders, these adult women that's leading them in the air, they're the ones telling them that they should have this here freedom. It's okay for you to do all this, but then it's not okay for a man to treat you like how you dressing, man. All right? But nevertheless, let me just continue on. Oh, no, let me go back. Let me jump down. This is Isaiah 3:16. It says, moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, all right, they proud, and they walk with a stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking in mincing as they go and making a tinkle into their feet, all right? That's exactly what these young women was doing, man. They walking by like they shit don't stink, like ain't nothing wrong with what they got going on. Like you can't say nothing. Then they got mad at us for telling them the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, everybody looked at us like we was wrong. Well, really, nobody really looked at us like we was wrong. You know what I'm saying? They was actually like, yo, somebody should. And that was crazy because normally the spirit would be against us saying some shit like that in this society. But look, that was just straight wickedness, man. You know what I'm saying? That was just straight a walking abomination, man. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, these women walking around proud as hell like ain't nothing wrong, man. And everybody else is like, yo, hey, shit, ain't nothing wrong with what they doing. Nobody else would normally say nothing like that, you know? Pretty sure homegirl, well, she had a friend right there with her. Her friend didn't tell her shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure if we would have said nothing, nobody else would have said nothing to them. That's why they walking around all proud like that, man. Because ain't nobody going to tell them, nobody going to rebuke them and put them in a right order, man. Nobody going to put them in their place, all right? It says, Isaiah 3:16, moreover, saith Yahweh, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking in mincing as they go and making a tinkling of their feet. Therefore, Yahweh will smite thee with a scab of the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts. Yeah, and this is why, you know, these curses going into what? The women having baldness, all right? Why they got to have weave and shit like that, all right? Why these women, you know, they body be smelling bad, you know what I'm saying? First of all, you wearing these tight-ass fucking clothing, man, to where, like, for real, man, this is like, homegirl was looking like she was wearing one of those little things that the chicks, in the Olympics be wearing, you know, like the girl, I think her name is Amanda Biles. They was doing the gymnastics and stuff like that. The shit that the gymnast chicks be wearing, you know, and that's the little outfit they wear for the gymnasium. But imagine them walking around in society like that, man. You walking around like that, like, bro, you walk around with your, first of all, women ain't even supposed to be wearing pants, man. You supposed to be letting that thing breathe, man. You know what I'm saying? But now you wondering why you fucking monkey stank and shit like that. Yo, it's because you got that bitch all locked up and shit like that. That shit's got to be aired out and be breathing a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? But now you got some stuff that's so goddamn tight that the lips is falling out on both sides, cuz there's a major problem with that. You ain't even wearing no drawers, bro. Like, yo, come on, bro. You not supposed to be, nah, bro. And you wondering why that shit's like that. And then you sleeping with all these different random men day in and day out. Got all these different men sperm fighting inside of your body, man. Wondering why you going crazy and why you bugging the fuck out, man. All right? These are the curses that's falling upon our women. Our women wonder why we so destroyed, man. Wonder why everybody look at you like a fucking clown, man. Why you got to wear all this fucking makeup and draw your eyebrows on, your eyebrows on, and put weave in your hair and shit like that, and wear Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret and shit like that, man. All right, you ain't supposed to be like that, man. But these are them curses because why? You want to walk around proud. You don't want to have no guidance. You don't want to be taught the right way, man. All right, verse 17 again. Therefore, Yahweh will smite thee with a scab of the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts. And that day Yahweh will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and the calls and the round tires like the moon, the chains, the bracelets, the mufflers, the bonnets, the ornaments of the leg, the headbands, the tablets, the earrings, the rings, the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparels, the mantles, the wimples, and the crisping pins. All right. You know, crisping pins, you know, going back into like the, you know, back in the olden days, you see them women like, watch that movie, Gone with the Wind, you know, they get their little dresses put on, they get their little hair tied back, and they put that little small little comb in their hair to hold their hair back. Or going into that, a hot one, you know, like you grew up in the South, they have what they call a hot comb to straighten out your hair. You know what I'm saying? This is why you walking around with these nappy ass heads and your shit all fucked up, man. Because the Most High put these curses on your ass. Because why? You want to walk around proud and shit, man. All right. It says, verse 23, the glasses, the fine linen, and the hoods, the veils. Verse 24, and it shall come to pass in that instead of a sweet smell, all right, there shall be a stink. All right, yeah, because you're supposed to be airing that thing out, but you want to be wearing these tight ass clothes, and the shit's so pulled up so fucking high that your goddamn shit is falling out the bottom half of it, bro. That shit is an abomination, cuz. It says, and it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be a stink. And instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of a well-set hair, baldness, and instead of a stomacher, a girdle of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Yeah, that's why you got that goddamn, you know, that little pouch or whatever they call it, what, a little love pouch, or them little muffin handles and shit, all that extra shit, you know, bad body and shit, a booty do where your stomach hang out more than your booty do. All this shit is all curses, because why? Y'all just going around, walking around proud as shit, man. You don't want to hearken to the Lord, man. You don't want to follow after the proper guidance, man. All right. Let me go from there. Let me just continue on. Let me go from there to the book of 1 Timothy chapter 5, and I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, the elder women as mothers, all right? It says, this is how you elder women are supposed to be, the elder women of our nation, man. Your mothers, your aunties, and your grandmothers and stuff like this, man. They're supposed to be examples unto these younger women, man. The elder woman as a mother, not as they, you know how they had a saying in the world, oh, I raise my daughter or my son as my friend. They like my friends. That's an abomination, man. You know, you're supposed to treat them with guidance. You're supposed to tell them what's right from wrong, man. You know, when you got a little small child or whatnot, you don't really be wanting to beat your kid or discipline your child or nothing like that, because that's your little baby. But when your child want to keep acting up and not listening, you know what I'm saying, and throwing rocks at the TV or wanting to keep eating candy or stay up late at night, and you have to discipline them, it might hurt your feelings that you got to discipline them, but you're doing it out of love so that they can get right, man. So your parent ain't supposed to be looking at the child as a friend. Oh, this is my friend. No, they ain't supposed to be your friend. This is supposed to be your you're supposed to be a guide unto them, man. All right. It says the elder women as mothers. A real mother is what? That guide unto her daughter, man. You ain't supposed to be teaching your child how to twerk, how to pop that thing on the handstand, how to go get a stripper pole, and teaching your daughter how to be a stripper, man. How to use what you got to get what you want, man. It says the youngers as sisters with all purity, you know. The older sister is supposed to be teaching her younger sister to go off, not to go off, man. The older sister, you know, if these two young women had older sisters, they'd be like, look, sis, you ain't supposed, you know, and even if this ain't your biological sister, the older women supposed to be catching the young woman on the side of the road, like, yo, young sis, you don't want to walk around like this, man. You're only going to attract those men that's going to just dog you out, and then you're going to bug out in your mind, telling some where the real men at. I'm tired of being treated like a whore. I'm tired of being treated like a piece of sex meat, man. You got to understand you attracting this by what you out here wearing, man. If you hold yourself to a higher standard, you'll get better men, man. You know, I remember telling my little young cousin, female cousin, it's like, yo, man, women really hold the keys to the men that they grabbing. You know, you wonder where all the good men at, why all the men treat us like dogs and treat us just like pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, listen, here's some advice that if all women took, they would all have better men. You could change the world overnight, man. You could change your batch of men that you fishing from, man. You know, I said if all women collectively came together and said, look, we not having sex with no men unless they got a goddamn a red notebook and a blue backpack, guess what every man would do? They would put down everything else. They will get a red backpack and a blue notebook, man, or however I just said it, you know. They will get those two items. They will go get the requirements that they needed to go get that box that you got, man. All right. But as long as women is walking around like this and it's falling out of your clothing, all you got to do is be like, ooh, damn, mama, that monkey sitting right. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, let me goddamn pet that thing right quick. Let me, you know, that ass looking fat. I can see it from the front side, you know. The so-called boost her self-esteem, because her self-esteem is being dragged on the floor behind her anyway. So all you got to really do is just kind of pick it up just a little bit, man. You ain't even really got to tell her nothing but just the obvious. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of be direct with her. Ooh, damn, girl, shit, you looking good. Now, you ain't looking good. That monkey sitting right up out the side of them pants. That's all it really is, man. But her self-esteem so low that she'll take any kind of compliment. She'll take any attention she can get, man. All right? So it says, verse 3, honor the widows that are widows indeed, but if any widow have children or nephews, let them first to show pity at home. So look, these mothers are supposed to be showing their children, all right, how to raise them up, how to actually be, how you say, basically law-abiding citizens according to the law, really. You know what I'm saying? Women to be women. At least be decent when you go out in public, man. You know what I'm saying? I know we in a society where we got these curses upon us. You ain't gonna be perfect, but damn, at least like in this society, teach your daughters not to walk around like basically what you would see in a strip club, man. And really, the strippers in the strip club be wearing more clothes than that shit that she had on, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you got a better peep show looking at homegirl than going in most damn clubs, man. You see what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is just an abomination, man. All right. Verse 4 again, but if any widow have a children or nephew, let them first to show pity at home and requite their parents, for that is good and acceptable before the Most High. All right. Oh, shit. Let me keep reading. Verse 5. Now she that is a widow indeed and desolate trusts in the Most High and continueth in supplication and prayer day and night. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. So yeah, homegirl, these women and the women that's walking around like them, they basically dead while they living in this here pleasure, man. You know what I'm saying? She's going out looking for a man. She's going out looking for attention. She's going out looking for love. But all the love and attention and the men she gonna get is all dead men, man. Dead love, false attention, man. You're gonna get the wrong type of attention, man. You're only getting the men that's gonna want to lust over your body, just want to have sex with you, man. They only gonna be interested in you when they ready to get their rocks off. But really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I can speak for my own self. Like, yo, I would only really want to be around your ass only when, you know what I'm saying, when I just want to get my rocks off. Other than that, homegirl, I don't think I can be riding around with you to have no kind of conversation with. I don't think that there's nothing that, you know what I'm saying, I would think about talking about that you would really understand and be on that same level with. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sit here and talk about how you can twerk and how you can pop that thing, how you can get your makeup done, or how you would thought, or all that little bullshit you talking about Snapchat, Instagram. None of that shit I'm interested in hearing. You know what I'm saying? So we're not on the same level, so we can't have a decent conversation. We can't talk about nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure you're not in doing nothing righteous or nothing that's uplifting you, because you over here degrading yourself. You're doing stuff to bring in more shame, not only to you, but to everything else, man. What do you think all the dudes that's been with you are if they got together, what they would secretly be talking about? They would be comparing about how much dirtier one of them did you than the other one. Oh, I did it to her from this way. Oh, I did it to her that way. Well, shit, me and all these homies didn't all ran through all at the same time. Well, shit, me and these homies goddamn put her on videotape. Well, shit, me and these homies goddamn, we all did it to her at the same time and got her and her sister with her at the same time. Which all that is going off. But this is what they all bragging about, man. This is the attention, you want men talking about you and thinking about you, but this is how they talking and thinking about you, man. Because this is how you offered yourself up. This is how you gave yourself over unto them, man. All right? So you basically dead while you living, man. You're looking for life, but you're looking for it in all the wrong places. All right? Now, let me jump down to verse 10. Well reported for good works, if she have brought up children, if she have lodged with strangers, if she have washed the saints' feet, if she have relieved the affliction, if she had diligently followed every good work. Talking about these, the righteous women of our nations, the elderly righteous women of our nations. Verse 11, but the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against Hamashiach, they will marry, having damnation, because they have cast off their first faith. And being withal, they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house, not only being idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things in which they ought not. And so look, when women ain't really got no man or a righteous man, like I said, if these women had men, they ain't got no real men. First and foremost, they got, weak men. All right, if they had a real man in their life, they ain't no real man would let their woman be walking around the house like this. And plus, why is her man going out with another woman? What they out there doing? They looking for other women, other men, Salakia. You know what I'm saying? They looking for men out there. So she had a man, he should have been with her. Second of all, if he had a man, he wouldn't be letting her go out the house like that, all right? But what? And if she had proper guidance from her mother, the elderly sisters, you know what I'm saying, or other women of her nations, her bigger sisters or whatever, whatnot, you know what I'm saying? She would have been guided in the right way. They wouldn't be going around like this. But because she ain't got no man or no real guidance in her life, what is she doing? She going from house to house or from rod to rod, you know what I'm saying, trying to get that fulfillment inside of her, trying to be loved. Because, wow, it all stemmed back to what? Her father went in the household. So she never got that unconditional love from her father. She ain't never seen her father and her mother. She ain't never seen a healthy relationship between a man and a woman. All right? She's grown up seeing basically every other night, every other weekend, you know what I'm saying, some other dude creeping in her mama's house and knocking her mama off every other night, man. All right? That's all she's been used to. She ain't never seen her mom with a stable man in her life. So this is how she thinks she got to get it, man. Everything she seen her mama get was from sleeping with different men and using her sex appeal to be able to get it, man. Going out there twerking and shaking that ass or whatever, whatnot. Going to the club, you know what I'm saying? We all seen it, man. She been being babysitted by her grandma while her mama go out to the club. She seen her mama and them getting dressed going before they go to the club to go try to find a man. And she know that she bringing home this man late at night or whatever, whatnot, at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. See him coming in and seeing him leave out in the morning while he eating cereal with his shirt off at the breakfast table in the morning when she getting up to watch cartoons and shit and looking for the cereal. This nigga over there eating all the cereal, you know? And the mama walked by with her booty cheeks hanging all out, and he just reached over and smacked that ass in front of, her children, you know? And they don't even know this dude. So what do you think they learning? All right, this is what happens when these women ain't got no righteous man in their life, man. They be walking around the streets just like these two young women. They boxing, they body all hanging out, going from house to house, man. They out in the daytime right now seeing who's the next man they can catch to be up in their bedroom at the end of that night, man. That was their motive and their mission. And all these women is walking around in these packs, man. We go into these downtown areas, man. That's what all these people got on their mind, man. See all these groups of guys going out, man. They going out, you know what I'm saying? You'll see basically three types of people, man. You'll see, like a couple, a man and a woman going out, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they, in a relationship or whatever, whatnot. They just want to go out and spice things up, go out, have fun, spending time with each other. Then you'll see a group of guys going out. What do you think them group of guys going out to do? They don't want to go hang out with each other. Guys can go hang out on the porch and shit, at the house and shit. Go drink at the house. They going out to go find women, all right? And these women go out for what? They could be basically together with each other and just go hang out with each other. You know what I'm saying? They'd be cool, but they going out to go do what? Go find men. So when you see all these women in these groups of these women, they always be scantily clad, scantily dressed. You know what I'm saying? Body all hanging out and just everything, man. You see it to the worst, man. But they out there looking for men, all right? But again, and you wonder why you ain't never find no quality men. This is why these women always say, oh, it ain't no good men out there. I'm tired of these little boys. They need to grow up. I need a man with this, this, and that. Yo, man, but you're looking for a man with a so-called good man in this society with a job, a good job, don't stay at home, whatever, whatnot. First of all, this man ain't out and about at the clubs and shit looking for women like that, man, because for one, he not finna throw all this here shit away. He done worked hard to get all the shit that he got. He not finna throw it away with somebody who mind is on that low of a level, man. He trying to attract women that's gonna help build up his estate, man, push him further. But if the only thing that you got to offer is your goddamn body, again, he can go out and go buy that. Especially a man with a little bit of money, he's a little bit of established, man. Like, once you get into that league, man, you understand a whole lot of other things, man. A whole nother door open up into you, man. Women start flocking into you because you got way better shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You'll be surprised, like, when you get your own crib and shit like that, and you got to go to the store like Home Depot. They goddamn go buy a toilet replacement, a toilet handle replacement for your bathroom and shit. You know what I'm saying? When you see a woman in the Home Depot and shit, these smart, wise women that's got way more shit to offer you, they see that and be turned on, like, oh, shit. This nigga's about to fix the toilet. Not really, I mean, he a handyman, that's kind of cool and all, but the fact of the matter, this nigga ain't renting no apartment or staying there with his mama or nothing like that. He got something to kind of offer. You see what I'm saying? Oh, when I see this nigga in the grocery store buying food, I know he ain't going out to eat. I know this nigga can cook. I know he got something a little established. He ain't just eating unhealthy McDonald's and shit every damn night. But again, these stupid-ass women on such a low level, they ain't got no real guidance. They just looking for the lower end of the barrel, man. And we tired of seeing this, man. All right? Let me verse 11 and 12 again. 11, 12, and, oh, man. 11 through 15. But the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun to wax wanton against Hamashiach, they will marry. All right? So when they out there, you know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, when these single women are out there, you know what I'm saying? The course of nature gonna run its course. You know what I'm saying? Just like if you a single man out here, you built to get horny, man. First of all, you was commanded, all right, to be fruitful and multiply. So, how we say in the world today, you gonna get horny. You see what I'm saying? You gonna wanna, like a man gonna wanna have sex with a woman. You gonna have sexual desires, and a woman gonna have sexual desires for a man. That's how you was programmed, all right? But for a woman who ain't got a man, she gonna be, well, let me start with a man who ain't got a woman. He gonna have sexual desires and start seeking out women. For a woman who ain't got a man, that sexual desire gonna come up, and she gonna start seeking a man. Now in this society, they tell a woman she can have as many sexual partners as she wants, but she don't realize this is destroying her spirit and her soul and her body, man. All these different men, semen going inside of her that's staying in there forever, all right, constantly battling with each other. This is why her body is going through all these conflicts, and these different demons are hopping up on her, man. And she's getting the more and more men she's sleeping with, the more and more masculine she's becoming, more and more destroyed she's becoming, because her spirit is being conquered by all these different men, all right? If you ever see these older couples who've been together since they was like 13, 14 years old, like some of your grandparents and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Or just couples that's been together for like 20, 30 years and shit like that. You'll notice that they got kind of like this little tandem that they work into, where one of them will know when the other one be hungry, tired, or whatever, whatnot. Or like sometimes in some pregnancies, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the man will know the woman pregnant before she do, because why? He'll wake up with the symptoms in the morning and shit. His back will be hurting. He'll wake up with the morning sicknesses and shit. Because why? Like the scriptures say, you know, a man should leave his mother and the father and be joined into his wife, and the two should become one flesh. Their DNA is mixed and they becoming one. Their spirit is becoming on one accord. They becoming married in the spirit, you know. They being married unto death, all right? But nevertheless, when you got all these different men in there, they fighting for that. All these different men's sperms are fighting for dominance of that one vessel, man. All right, so you got all this masculine toxic masculinity battling out in this here woman body. They ain't gonna do nothing but destroy her body, man, because her body's only built to house one masculine spirit inside of it. All right, and that's supposed to be her husband for life. All right, so it says, verse 11, but the younger widows refuse, for when they have begun wax wanton against Hamashiach, they will marry, having damnation, because they have cast off their first faith. And withal they learn to be idle, wandering from house to house, not only idle, but tattlers also, and busybodies, speaking things which they ought not. All right, they just teaching all kind of doctrines. Oh, the slut walk, we could do this, we could do that. I can walk around doing this. You can't tell me shit. I can have as many men as I want. Oh, you heard what homegirl doing or what they got going on, nigga? You ain't shit. Basically, what these women is doing, they all on all these little social media sites. That's basically what this social media has become. You know, it's just basically it's the damn hair salon for these women, man. You know, these women go, you know how the men go to the barbershop and basically, you know, had a barbershop talk. Women at the hair salon had a gossip talk, man. That's all this basically is on the internet, man. That's why you don't need to be up on them damn social sites anyway. It's nothing but drama for these damn women, man. Bouncing from house to house, always in somebody else's business. They see another woman that's out there outshining them with a man with a bigger bank account. They over here plotting and scheming on how much shorter they shorts can get and how much further they can bend over to show they goddamn box to this man. They goddamn catch him on their hook so they can, you know what I'm saying, start eating from his hand, man. This is what they be doing, man. All right, it says, verse 14, therefore that the younger women marry. All right, this is why these women supposed to be having men. They supposed to have righteous men to guide them in righteousness, man. You ain't supposed to be walking around. These young women ain't supposed to be walking around with no damn guidance, man. They supposed to either still be at home with their damn parents or they need to be married to fuck off and have a righteous man reigning over them and teaching them in righteousness, man. All right, hey, like, be honest for these damn women, man. How many of you women, you really want to be respected and held up like a so-called queen or whatever, whatnot? How much more, you know what I'm saying, uplifting and respectful is that to have a man fighting for you? Like, no, hell no, you ain't gonna be looking at my woman as no goddamn cheap trick, no piece of sex, man. My woman is far greater than that. First and foremost, she an Israelite, and she the wife of an Israelite man, a righteous Israelite man, the sons of the Most High, man. You people are beneath us, man. All right, but what? She want to be like the rest of these heathen, man. All right. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, y'all, then they get on us because we talk about having multiple wives and concubines and shit like that. But see, they supposed to be our wives and shit, man. But they want to result to being a concubine, man. Just basically just being a sex slave, man. That's the role of these other nations' women's for us, man. They supposed to be our goddamn sex slaves and shit like that. Our bed wenches. But now our women are openly walking around like they just bed wenches, man. All right? Verse 14, I would therefore that the young women marry and bear children. God the house. All right, raise your children up, man. Give no occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. Yeah, so look, ain't nobody supposed to be like, man, your wife walking around like a fucking whore. All right, she a slut. Why your wife over here trying to entice my man? You know what I'm saying? Why he, you know what I'm saying? Why your woman over here all trying to sleep with my man or trying to entice him or whatever, whatnot? Why your woman all look dressed like a slut coming to work with a low cut blouse on and short dress skirt on or whatever, whatnot, man? All right, or she just walking around, man. Or having these other women like, man, this slut ain't, she better stay away from my man. This, you know how she out there tricking or whatever, whatnot, man. Ain't nobody supposed to be saying nothing bad about you, man. If you was righteous in order, the only thing they can say about you, that's a righteous woman right there, man. Whoever got that as a woman, they blessed, you know. Verse 15, for some are already turned aside for Satan. All right, and really, a lot of our women are turned aside to Satan right now. That's why we're under these curses, man. That's how we fully destroyed. All right, I'm going to bring out a couple more. We're going to close out. This is the book of Titus, chapter 2. I'm going to read verse 3 through 5. It says, the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things. So what? They supposed to be the gods into the younger women. All right, they supposed to be guiding the younger women into the paths of righteousness. All right, they supposed to be holding themselves with godly behavior, not supposed to be in a strip club. You're not supposed to be, really none of these women supposed to be out here in the clubs and shit, dancing and all kind of stupid shit like this. But nevertheless, you ain't supposed to be 35, 40 years old in the club with your daughter and possibly your granddaughter in the club and shit. All three of y'all, 3 generations in the club twerking. Hey, girl, turn up. Y'all ain't supposed to be doing no wicked shit like that, man. All y'all in 3 generations of bitches in the picture, all y'all bent over showing your ass and shit. You know what I'm saying? My grandma used to say, y'all little young heifers all bunked over and shit like that. You ain't supposed to be doing nothing like that, man. You supposed to be setting a good example, man. I remember my grandma used to come down heavy on all my female cousins. You little heifer, you little hussy, walking around all like this and that. You better stop showing that damn skin with the low-cut shirts. Even just walking around the damn house, and they'd be like, I'm the only male in the house, you know what I'm saying? And they walking around like that. My grandma would still goddamn rebuke their ass and cut them for walking around the house like that, man. That's how the elderly women supposed to be to these younger women so they don't grow up and be dressing like this, man. All right? It says the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers. All right, they ain't supposed to be hypocrites, you know. You ain't supposed to be teaching your daughter she ain't supposed to be no whore, not supposed to be doing this and that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be telling your little young daughter she can't be wearing wigs and makeup and high heels when she going in your closet to putting all this here shit on, man. If she getting it all from you, how you gonna tell her she can't do it when she's all the stuff she got is from you, man? All right, you need to change what you doing because your daughter gonna grow up to do what you do. All right. Verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober and to love their husband and to love their children. All right, so what? They supposed to be loving their husband and being in subjection to their husband, listening to their husband, man. All right, the wife of one husband. They supposed to get their man, or stay at home with their parents, get raised up with their parents, go out and go find a righteous man. All right, and these women supposed to be guiding their daughters into righteous men, not just no man that's gonna sit over there and acknowledge that they got their ass cheeks hanging out and they box hanging out. You know what I'm saying? Really, women with real nice asses and shit like that, they don't really gotta wear these really super tight clothing for somebody to be like, damn, she got a nice ass or whatever, whatnot. But that ain't really what define a woman. But just saying as a man, you know what I'm saying? You seeing far, far more of these really nobody having ass women wearing these tight ass fucking yoga pants and shit to make it look like they got a fucking body, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to sit there and magnify something that really ain't got no real value. That's why they got to put deals and discounts. This is where discounts came out at, man. They're giving you discounts on this goddamn spoiled meat. That's why it's on sale, because they got to get rid of it, because it's not as good as the fresh meat, man. Fresh meat, we selling at full value because it's fresh, man, and you getting what you paying for, man. But this cheaper shit is going bad. That's why we giving it a discount, man. All right, verse 4 again. That they may teach the young women to be sober and to love their husbands and to love their children, to be discreet, all right, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husband, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed. So they're supposed to be following after these laws, statutes, and commandments, all right? But also say to be discreet, man. All right, you're supposed to goddamn have some discretion. You're supposed to, how do I say, man, be discreet, be secret. Well, we can go into it, you know what I'm saying? Be discreet about it, you know what I mean? Be kind of low-key on it. Let me see. Let's go into the word discreet. All right. It says, of a sound mind, sane in one sense, curbing one's desire and impulse, self-control, temperate. Safe in mind, self-control, moderate as an opinion, passion, discreet, sober, temperate. So they're supposed to be, how do I say, sober in mind, sane in mind, man. Again, how's that sane in mind? You walking around with a goddamn one-piece bikini bathing suit, which I'm just saying that's pretty much what it looked like. It was way worse than that, all right? How you walking around like that but saying you want a good man, a man that's going to respect you and treat you like you're supposed to be a queen, and you walking around like a whore? You walking around like a harlot, but you want to be treated like a queen. That don't make no sense, man. That's an insane thing to be thinking about, you know? That's just like me driving around, flossing the Bugatti and shit like that, walking around throwing $100 bills out the window and shit. Everywhere I go, I leave $100 tip, but I want some woman to love me for more than my money. You see what I'm saying? Like, I gotta show her something other than my money. If that's all she know me about it, that's the only thing she gonna want me for. You see what I'm saying? It's just like when you know a lot of these rappers and rap artists and things like that, man. Or let's just say wrestlers or boxers or whatever. That's how you know them. You know Muhammad Ali for boxing, right? Well, when you see him, you pretty much want to see him boxing and stuff like that. You don't really want to see Muhammad Ali singing or doing nothing like that. Like, well, I've known him from boxing, so when I see him, I want to see him boxing, right? Because that's how you met him and that's how you know him. So when we meet you and see you with this high sexual appeal and over-sexualized, what do you think we're going to be thinking about, man? It's the only use we're going to have for you, man. All right? So I'm going to pretty much, well, I'm going to close out with this right here, you know, because if you women don't want to get right, this is going to be ultimately your judgment, man. Micah 7 and 10. It says, then she that is my enemy shall see it. You know, we's telling you all these things and warning you. Ultimately, we warn our whole nation. All right, but look, you don't want to take heed and hearken unto these things and these warnings be giving you. All right, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which say unto me, where is Yahawah thy power? All right. Hey, look, they came back scoffing. Look at these them lame-ass niggas that got us kicked off. These Jehovah's Witnesses or whatever, whatnot, you know. They laughing and scoffing at us. But look, when Jacob's trouble come and all these calamities come down on them, they ain't got that hedge for salvation, man. What do you think's going to happen to them, all right? It says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which saith unto me, where is Yahawah thy power? My eyes shall behold her now. She shall be trodden down as mire in the streets. So look, in that day, basically, when Jacob's trouble would take hold, you know, I did a video on this a while back about the women in the day of Jacob's trouble, man. All these women was being rounded up and traded for sex slaves, man. And these, you know, they might have been decent-looking women, may not have been decent-looking women. These women may have been walking around over-sexualized. They might not have been like that. But guess what? They had no man, nobody to protect them, or even if they did have a man and the man was subdued, these women was all rounded up, and you seen how they was all, you know, in the video I put up, they was all pretty much shackled into a room, and every night a group of men would come in, and basically they would be auctioned off, you know. They would all be lined up. They would all have to take their gowns off, stand there naked. The men would pretty much go through and examine them or whatever, whatnot, and see which one that they wanted for the night. You know what I'm saying? And they would basically take whichever one that they wanted, you know. And there was nobody in their hand to do anything about it, you know. And sometimes they had, you know, a couple where it would be like a mother and a daughter there. And basically, you know, the mother would wind up seeing the daughter being taken, and she couldn't do nothing about it, man. You know what I'm saying? You seen the men walking around looking at the women, checking their breasts out, the size of them, smelling them, seeing how fresh they were or whatever, whatnot, making them bend over. This is what's coming to this here nation, man. race wars, martial law, all right? And when you can't call 911, man, and all these women obviously ain't got no men to protect them, and even if they do, these men don't really care about them. They care about more about their life than basically a piece of sex, man. All right, especially when they can run wild and get it however they want to get it, man. They ain't never really cared about you more than that, man. So this is why it's a rebuke to our women to come back to the law, statutes, commandments, man. And ultimately, this is why, you know, like in the video when I was preaching over the weekend, you know what I'm saying, how this all came out, man. This was a spiritual rebuke, but this ain't how it's supposed to be, man. We desire to see better for our people, man. We tired of being in this here state, man. And the only thing that's gonna grow from this is what? Mass confusion and more destruction, man. All right, I'm gonna grab one more, and I'm gonna close out. I promise. It's Matthew 24 and verse 14. I want to say. No, it's a lot. 23. 22. And except those days be shortened, there shall be no flesh saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And this is going into a lot of the different things that's going on right now. Basically, all the damn wickedness that Esau is pushing out. But just imagine for the nation of Israel, if we continue on in this generation, man, the young grandmas are 35, 40 years old in a club, twerking and still being strippers, teaching their daughters to strip, man. Those daughters having daughters at the age of 14, all welfare babies, generationalized, growing up in Section 8 homes and whatever, whatnot. Their mothers teaching them the same old thing over and over and over again. These young men growing up in a single-parent household raised by these same young mothers who teaching their sons to go off and to love these women and uphold these women and put them on pedestals no matter what condition they in, man. Think about where we would be at, you know. Basically, all these women would be going out having babies out of wedlock, not having no care, no remorse for the children that they having. Because, look, they going out, finding, you know, getting liquored up, getting drugged up or whatever, whatnot. And whatever man is scratching their fancy, tickling their fancy at that point in time, blowing up their head, giving them whatever little compliments they want to hear at the time and moment while they under the influence, all right? Why they got to be so drugged up just to goddamn, how do I say, to be able to take what the shit that they actually about to do, man, all right? To be able to, in order to process that in their damn mind, they got to be so liquored up, so high up on all these damn drugs and whatever, whatnot, man. You know, if this continues on going on, man, what do you think is going to happen, man? All these more and more children going to be born like this, man. So then overall, you're going to just have people just having sex with everybody, more STDs going out there, more babies being born out of wedlock where the parents ain't going to love and care about their children. They're not going to raise them. You're going to have more monsters growing up playing a knockout game. These little children for a World Star clip, they're going to be knocking old people out. You know what I'm saying? Other people, grandparents and shit like that. All these abominations going on over and over and over again. More and more babies growing up in the household while their parents in the other room doing drugs. More and more crack babies, more and more drug head babies growing up. 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds rolling blunts and smoking weed on the internet, man. This is what we're growing to, man. You're never going to have no more marriages and nobody going to be having that longevity and things like how we had back in the olden days, man. So we're going to be destroyed, man. So Matthew 24 and 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should be no flesh saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, all right? And that's what we're hoping for, salvation, man, all right? So Lord willing, you was edified with this here lesson, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, if you felt like, you know what I'm saying, this was, you know, while I was out there preaching and we were just going off of whatever, whatnot. No, that was ultimately in the spirit, man. That was just the spirit of the Lord rebuking her. And you seen what happened, man. She caught her judgment rapidly right after that where she was kicked out. But look, these are the reasons we don't want to see our people walking around like this. This is the reason the Lord set up the men of the Lord to go out to the highways and the byways. All right. Ezekiel 9:4. All right. And Yahweh said unto them, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Real quick, said I was going to be done, but real quick, this here word mark means, just real quick, let me get to it. The point is, it says a mark, a sign of exemption from judgment. So look, the Lord is going to exempt these men. He's calling these here men righteous, the ones that's sighing and crying and not to say cussing people out just to be big and bad and all bold and puffed up. No, we're not cussing these people out. I mean, yo, I could have went back and forth with this chick when they walked up and cussed him out. Oh, you dirty bitch, blah, blah, blah. I could have did all that, but that's just me cussing this stupid bitch out. I'm not trying to stoop down to no level like that. I already understand she destroyed. You know what I'm saying? That's like me arguing with a little kid about some shit. Oh, you ain't gonna eat this candy for dinner. You gonna eat this for dinner. No, I'm gonna eat the candy. And I just go back and forth. Like, no, bitch, I'm your parent, and you're gonna do what I tell you to do. And that's just the end all be all. But nevertheless, you know, we're not going back and forth with you, man. This is just the spirit of the Lord, man. And the spirit of the Lord is what? The men that's out on the highways and the byways that's tired of seeing this shit, man. They gonna say something about it, man. They're not gonna just let it continue on, man. All right, the righteous men are standing up for righteousness, man. We're calling out this here wickedness, man. All right, so what? The righteous men are actually out here doing this, man. And we're not doing this for entertainment purposes, for clout to look big and bad, for boldness or whatever, whatnot. Again, man, ultimately in our hearts, man, we yearn for a better day. We yearn to see our people in a better position, man. We yearn to see these curses taken up off of us, man. We tired of seeing our people destroyed, man. We don't like seeing ourselves in this here condition, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out with that. And Lord willing, you was edified with this here lesson. Until next time, I say, call halal Yahawah, Bahashim, YAHAWASHI, Bahashim, HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that rule well. And citation and much love for Yakim pushing this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions to feed and edify the elect. Until next time, I say, stay strong and shalom.